Yo, what's up YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and crack this case wide open. So today I want to talk about the interaction between T.I. and Candace Owens at the Revolt Summit down in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, T.I. was not here for Candace Owens. Now, if you guys don't know who Candace Owens is, she's an American conservative commentator and political activist, best known for her pro-Trump activism and her criticism of Black Lives Matter and of the Democratic Party. Now, Candace Owens has received support from Kanye West. They both think alike in the political realm, and he's always had her back as far as her support for 45. Now, at the Revolt Summit down in Atlanta, Georgia, Candace and T.I. got into an interesting conversation. I want you to check out what T.I. had to say to Candace Owens, and then I'll be back to talk to you and give you a breakdown on how I feel about it.
That Black America is emotionally responsive to the word racism. She says racism, you jump up and you start cheering. You haven't even listened to what I've said to rebut it, okay?
Cheer. But it's the
100%. The biggest issue, let me finish. The biggest issue facing Black America is not white supremacy. When Trump said there were good people on both sides, he was talking about the fact that some people that were in the Charlottesville rally, and he could have paraphrased that better, he could have said something better, literally came there because they don't believe that statues should be torn down, okay? Other people came there because they were upset that amongst the people that came there to watch the statue be torn down were also white nationalists. So what he meant was there were some people that were just there using their First Amendment right. There were some people that were there to respond to the white nationalists, and a big mess happened. I'm not trying to defend him or relitigate a situation. I'm saying that being hung up on that is allowing you to not look at an administration that is tackling so many issues in Black America right now. I do not consider myself a Republican. I definitely am not a Democrat, but Trump woke me up. I used to be liberal. Trump woke me up to the idea that we're being manipulated by the word racism every 4 years.
So wait. They
call everybody racist.
All right, we're gonna get into this because what I'm concerned about is how is that any different than the fear that Trump has created in poor whites? The fear that Trump has lifted in poor whites, that Black people and poor urban people are their problem.
Right. When did Trump ever say that? That's a fallacy. When did Trump ever say Black people are the problem?
Make America great again. That's when he said it.
Guys,
but I'm not on the panel, so I want to make sure.
That was Ronald Reagan's slogan. Was that racist when Ronald Reagan had it as a slogan?
Yes, what time?
It was.
Yes, let me ask you.
So that
please
slogan
answer this.
is racist.
Please answer this. I have a question.
Wait.
Please just allow me just one outburst. Please. I have a question. When you say make America great again, which period are we talking about?
I actually think that I would totally rock a hat right now that said make Black America great again. Because Black America,
make America. We're talking about make America. That wasn't the question.
I am answering your question.
Which period was America great that we're trying to replicate? Which era was it? Tell me.
I think I'll answer your question.
I'm
ready to answer your question.
Which era was it?
What?
Which era was so great?
Here's the thing that you guys are forgetting. America was actually one of the slavery was all over the world. All over the world. America was, I'm not saying it's okay, so why are you saying, oh?
Amen.
America was one of the first countries.
I want to like you so bad.
I'm trying to answer your question.
I want to like you so much.
I want to hear you. I want to be able to hear them. I want to be able to hear them.
If I can't answer the question and you're just going to boo when I say slavery was all over the world, which is a fact, why are you booing a fact?
Because you're making light of.
No, I'm not.
You're making light of the enslavement of people that look like us. You can't make light of that. That ain't nothing you breeze over.
I haven't even finished the sentence. How am I making light of anything?
You started with some bull.
All right, so we heard the debate between T.I. and Candace, and it definitely seems that Candace is going to defend 45 at all costs. The one thing that I wish that T.I., even though Candace doesn't make sense to me, I wish that T.I. would have gave her a moment to actually respond that would have been professional and respectful to a woman, in my opinion. But at the same time, I do understand the premise that T.I. is standing on. Because in my estimation, what T.I. is trying to convey to Candace is that even though you make great points, it gets lost in the sauce because you won't acknowledge the fact that 45 has been racist and divisive. And this is the thing. Every time they bring up that point and that aspect of 45 and how he conducts himself, she doesn't have a clear answer, or she tries to defend 45. And once people start to see, especially in our community, that you're defending 45, everything else that you're saying goes out the window, and we lose focus because we're focused on the aspect that you won't call this man out and be truthful about how he has conducted himself since he's been in office. Now, I'm going to leave the link to the whole entire debate in the description box so you can see the whole entire thing and be able to analyze it and dissect it and make your own assessments, right? But one thing they talked about is how 45 has helped with prison reform. I will give him the nod on that aspect because if you remember, Kim Kardashian went to 45 and spoke to him about a lady by the name of Alice Marie Johnson that was doing life for a first-time offense. And let's remember that Alice tried to get clemency from President Obama but was turned down. Obama shut the door on her. Now, when Kim Kardashian went to Trump, Trump gave the nod to grant Alice Marie Johnson clemency, which gave her a second chance at life. Now, I know most of us, we feel that it's some type of tactic that 45 is using to keep his African-American voters, safe. But at the same time, can we acknowledge that that was something good? Can we acknowledge the fact that Obama should have took a look at Alice Marie Johnson and actually been the one to grant her clemency? It does look bad, in my opinion, when you look at Obama turning down the situation, or the opportunity rather, to grant Alice Marie Johnson clemency. And like I said, it could have been a tactic that 45 used to make Obama look bad, but at the same time, he didn't have to do it. Let's keep it real. But when you look at the situation in its totality, in my opinion, 45 has done more bad than good. And when you weigh the two of them, the bad outweighs the good. And the fact that he's slow to denounce, his own community for the hate that they spew on a day-to-day basis. I mean, it was just recently when the situation happened down in Texas where he denounced white supremacy. But dude, I mean, that should have happened a long time ago. I mean, Charlottesville, it could have started right then. But at the same time, he was like, there's good people on both sides. Like, how can you come up with that conclusion after we seen what went down in Charlottesville? So you are allowed to support who you want. And Candace Owens supports 45. That's her business. But see, the way I was brought up is even though you support someone, it doesn't negate the fact that you can't tell the truth about their performance. Just like Obama. I wasn't happy with everything that happened with Obama. I'm not going to sit here and support someone just because our pigmentation of our skin is the same. I'm going to tell the truth across the board. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like all of 45 supporters, they want to uplift him to the highest height, but they don't want to talk about the many flaws that 45 possess. And that's the thing. If people can come to a common ground and just be truthful and have a, sensible conversation about the dynamics, we can come to an agreement, or we can definitely agree to disagree. But no one wants to really tell the truth and come forth and denounce 45 and the job that he has done so far. And when I say that, I'm talking about people who support 45. They never feel the need to really tell the truth. They just want to hold tight and not criticize and critique the person that they're supporting. That's just my opinion. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let this go and let y'all have at it in the comments. Drop down and give me your true thoughts and assessments on this whole entire situation. All right. Now, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll get with you in the next video. All right. Peace.